Joined right now by local agent on the South Shore, Angela Stevenson from the new Compass office in the Hingham Shipyard. Thanks for stopping by, Angela.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
You recently wrote an article in the South Shore Moms blog talking about selling your home with children and how there's just a different dynamic to that.
Totally. Selling your house is not without its stresses, right? We can all relate to that. But if you add little kids into the mix, particularly kids like under 5 years old, I've experienced from working with clients that it can be overwhelming and there can be a lot of hassles. So this is something that I dealt with personally. I sold a home when I had a 3-year-old and 2 one-year-old twins. And I sold it in not so great a market, and we got it done quickly. I learned a few things that I share with clients.
I think there's a lot of people out there that have little ones who might be thinking about moving, but they don't even think it's possible.
Right.
You're in a whole different world. I've been
Right.
through it. I have 4 of my own. You just think that you get caught up in this world and it's not possible, but it is if you follow these key steps.
Yeah, there's a few key things that I've learned from helping people on the South Shore with little kids go through this when they go to sell their houses. Really, I think the core of it is right now we're in a seller's market for the most part in most of the towns that I operate in. And so if we can take advantage of that, we can do some things to really kind of condense the timeline for you so that you're not stuck in this limbo phase of having to keep your home showing ready for a long period of time. I think it comes down to having a really good strategy and doing the planning necessary so that you can execute and get it done quickly so you could minimize the hassle for your kids.
And I'm sure with so much of real estate being sold, or first impressions being sold online, that online stuff is super important.
It's critical. And there's so many amazing tools online now. You should be working with an agent who gets that, who really recognizes that the first showing is online now. And you want to give people the best visual information possible. And you want to attract as many buyers, as you can, and to get them into your home for kind of opening weekend, opening open houses, etc. But you've got work to do first before you get to that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And probably step 1 is getting Legos out of the way.
Totally. So, location. It's declutter. The time to start is as soon as you think that you might be wanting to make a jump. And it's so hard when you have little ones. You're in that accumulation phase. You're just getting stuff, right? And there's pink plastic everywhere or Legos everywhere. So I have a little bit of a controversial take on this. It's like maybe a dumpster is better than a storage unit. Because you gotta think, when you get to your new house, it's a few month process. Your kids are gonna be in a new phase and it's gonna be a new season. So if they're using like a high chair right now, they may not be. If they're into this toy right now, they may not be in 4 months. I made a huge mistake of getting a storage unit and storing all this stuff. By the time I got to my end destination, my husband and I went back to that storage unit and it was all garbage. I mean, we obviously donate, whatever's valuable, but it was such a waste of money. So I think you have to say, am I gonna pay somebody to pack this or spend my time packing it? And is it eating up valuable square footage in my house that could otherwise be shown to really entice a buyer?
Get rid of it. From 2 professionals with a bunch of little kids who just went through it. My wife and I just sold in August, and I would reiterate your point. I mean, get the dumpster, throw it away. It actually feels good. It's hard, especially for people who want to hold on to things, but once you take a look at the dumpster that's full, what's amazing is on the back end.
It's a sickening feeling. It is.
And you don't even recognize the stuff is gone after the fact.
I know. So I mean, it's not as green, but it is going to prevent you from accumulating more when you get to your new place. You're going to love the pared down life. And I always say, try to get to the irreducible minimum, right? What can I live with right now? It's only temporary. Limit your kids to 1 laundry basket of toys per kid or 1 plastic tote for Lowe's per kid. Put everything else away or take it to grandma's. And when you open it up again, it's going to be like Christmas. You're not going to miss it.
So declutter, key point number 1.
Yes.
After decluttering, where are we going?
I would say work on your strategy with your agent. Make sure they're making the home look amazing with staging, with photos, with online tools. But then secondly, listen to them. Don't overprice your house. because the best time for you to capture a buyer, especially right now, is right at that beginning. That's when you're gonna have maximum exposure, maximum, interest. You wanna get this done relatively quickly. You don't wanna leave money on the table, which is why you're gonna make your house look great first with their help, but don't overprice it, because then you're gonna be dealing with kids getting sick and kids nap times. And if your house is hard to show, buyer's agents are gonna keep moving.
Yeah.
If you need a couple days notice, it's really gonna hurt you in the end. So don't overprice. That's the next step.
And that's where people really have to trust the professional that they're hiring. A lot of, sellers get caught up on their own number, or they think they're the professional.
Yep.
Let the agent do their job.
Yeah, and once you've got that down, I would say, what I've seen work really well is just, if you can, get out of Dodge. If you can go away for the weekend, stay with family, hang out at a friend's house, clean it once, stage it once, and allow your agent, to do a broker tour and a couple of open houses back to back. Allow showings that whole first weekend. Be really accommodating in the beginning, and hopefully you'll be able to wrap something up to get you to your next destination.
It's fantastic. It can be done. Bottom line. With kids. Thank you, Angela. Great information.
Thank you.
If people would like to follow more of your advice online or check out the blog?
Yeah, so you can see this post on a great website called thesouthshoremoms.com. Check it out. And if you want to hear more from me, I'm on Instagram at Hingham House and Home.
And if you're in the Hingham South Shore area and want to connect with Angela and her team directly, check her out at their new office at Compass, right in the Hingham Shipyard. This is Real Estate Talk Boston, right here on Boston.com.